What's up, guys? So it's a Saturday afternoon and Speedway Motors just opened up a new location and it's like less than 10 miles from my house. So I think I'm gonna go check it out. So let's go. Alexa, play some music for Roxy.
Here's a playlist you might like. Best of Prime Music on Amazon Music.
Should be driving that today, but I'm not. Oh. Girlfriend was driving my truck last and the seat's way up into the dash. All right, here we go. But yeah, I bet the music's blasted too. No, it's turned all the way down. But yeah, like I was saying, new Speedway Motors just opened up here in Arizona. It's pretty exciting. It's also kind of scary because there's a major speed shop less than 10 miles from my house now, and I already have a problem with buying car parts, so it's just gonna be that much easier. My wallet's gonna suffer. But what do you say we get going? Go check it out. Gonna meet up, I think a couple guys that I work with are gonna go out and check it out too. It's over here on the west side of Phoenix, which me and the other two guys live on, so we figured we'd all go check it out today. Also, Jason, one of the guys that I work with, he had a B&M ratchet shifter that was in, I believe it's a Nova, that was his wife's dad's, and she didn't like that shifter. She wanted the stock shifter put back in it, so he's pulling that shifter out today, and he's gonna give it to me for the S10, so the S10 will have a ratchet shifter. But I'll have to get a new gate plate for it because I'm reverse valve body. So hopefully Speedway has one of those. I'll pick that up while we're there, get the shifter from him, and then I think come back, I'm gonna stop at Home Depot, and then when I get back, I'm gonna build some wheel stands, and I'll show you guys how I'm gonna build those, just using some 2x4s. The wheel stands, I like using them better than jack stands. It's a little bit safer. They can't really slip out from under the vehicle, plus they're nice for getting the vehicle up off the ground while it's still loaded on the suspension, so in case you got to set up like driveline angles and stuff like that, measure suspension and things like that. So, but yeah, we're gonna drive on over to Speedway, and then I'll check back in with you guys. That the freeway was closed today. Gotta love construction season. Yeah, we're gonna get out of this mess.
Turn right, then your destination will be on the left.
Does not look like they are open.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto West Palm Lane.
And I passed it.
Make a U-turn, then turn left.
here.
Turn left onto North 85th Avenue.
All right, shut up. Just drove by it and it did not look like it was open. Although their Instagram and everything says that they're open. Looks like they're painting the lines. But I don't know. We'll go in and see. Front door's open, but it does not look like they are open for business. I don't want to park on these wet lines they just painted. I'm just gonna pull up here in front and see if they're open. Pull over here, actually getting a parking spot. It says they're open, sign's lit up, but doesn't look like it. Nobody else is here. Go in and see. Well, looks like they are open. There's not a whole lot in here yet, but they are open. Not a lot of stuff in the showroom. Looks like they're just barely getting stuff put away and set up, but pretty cool. All right, so Speedway was in fact open. They're just still slowly getting everything put in there and in stock, but yeah, it's a fully functioning warehouse. They've actually been here since like they started this in June of last year, so they've been here for a while. But yeah, I got me a battery mount and the shift plate that I needed for the shifter that I'm getting from Jason. I spoke with a dude named Jeremy. I believe he was like the manager or something like that, but sitting and talking with him and found out that he actually knows all of my friends and my stepbrother from Utah from Demolition Derby. He's really big into that kind of stuff, and he was actually the reason Speedway put the Demolition Derby on their website and their catalog and started selling Demolition Derby specific parts. But that was pretty cool to talk to him and realize that he knew everybody from Utah that I know. But yeah, super cool. If you guys are in the area, go check them out. They're going to be having a lot of events coming up soon, like some car shows and some car events monthly and stuff like that, he said. But yeah, it's really cool to have a Speedway Motors this close to me. Like I said, it's going to hurt my wallet, but it's going to be really nice to have something so close that I can get parts from. Anyways, but yeah, now I'm just gonna go get some lunch and then head back home.
What are you doing? Sit. Sit. Good girl.
All right, it's next day. Probably got to turn. Alexa! Alexa! She can't hear me. Alexa, stop music. All right, don't want any copyright infringements. All right, so it's the next day. I stopped at Home Depot, got some 2x4s to make the wheel stands that I was talking about earlier in the video. I also got a pile of parts here. Some of this stuff came by mail, some of it was given to me, and some of it I picked up at Speedway while I was there. So yeah, let's just kind of, probably can't see. But yeah, we'll just kind of go through what I've got here. This is a battery holder, battery mount that I got from Speedway, part number 916666, ooh, that's evil, 04. So that's 91666604, and it's looks like it's aluminum, built aluminum. Battery mount made for the Optima red top batteries. But yeah, it's pretty basic. It's got this top piece, spans the top, some risers that just clamp the battery down, and then the base bolts down to whatever you want. My battery's in the bed, so that's where that will go. Let's see. This little shopping bag has the ratchet shifter in it that I was given. Dude that I worked with came through for me on this. It's slightly used and oily and greasy still, but yeah, can't complain because it was free. Little ratchet shifter, so that's gonna be pretty cool. It's already got a built-in neutral safety switch, so that's cool. While I was at Speedway, I ordered the reverse pattern gate plate for this so that it will match up to my reverse valve body. At least I'm hoping it's the right one. So there's that. Got some parts from Summit that I'd ordered a while ago, and obviously I already opened the box, but excuse me, got the corona. But anyways, stickers. Locking dipstick tube. I don't know if you guys have done many LS conversions in S10s, but it is rather tight around the firewall area. At least it was for my case. And the regular steel dipstick tube for a Turbo 400 would not fit up through the firewall between the engine and the firewall. So got this flexible one from Locar, and it is the locking version. So they make another version like this that's non-locking, and it just slips into the trans here, and you just mount it to your firewall. I have that in the C10, but this one is locking and should be NHRA approved. I think it was on the website or something that they approved the Locar brand one, but it goes through. It has a nut that actually tightens on the inside of the pan. So it holds it in there, and then the dipstick itself is locking. So that should get us NHRA legal. Let's see, I also have this AEM air fuel gauge. It's the wideband air fuel ratio Hoo-yah looking thing. So get that put in soon. And then we got this, I believe it's, you say it derail, I don't know how to say it, but they make great coolers. This is my trans cooler for the S10. I have one similar to it in my C10, and it's been working great, so I just figured I'd go with it for this truck too. It is 2 rows, and then electric fan, built on. And yeah, just some universal mounts. It comes with AN fittings already. They supply, let me get them off here. They supply some AN style barb fittings, so it'll go from the AN to a barb if you just want to, use hose clamps and just regular soft hose. But I'll probably be doing some braided nylon hose or something on these. I don't know, the S10 actually, the trans that I bought already had some stainless steel short hoses coming off it with like quick connect, and they're just looped right now. I want to try and find that same quick connect so that I can just connect it in, run the hoses to the cooler, and then if I ever need to pull the trans out, it's just a quick connect, no spilling, no drips, no nothing. Be kind of cool. So probably get some hoses to match up with those fittings. But yeah, that's the trans cooler, and I'm just going to mount this in the bed, I think, up towards the front on a little mount on an angle, kind of like that. wire it up to relay, and should be good to go. That's all the parts that I've gotten new so far. Well, I think that's enough talking. I'm sure there's way more stuff that you guys might have questions about. So if you have a question about a part or how I did something, I know this build has been, and the videos have been kind of sporadic. There for a while when I was building this truck, I just wanted to get it done for the zip tie drags, and I didn't film a lot of it because I just felt like I didn't have the time. I didn't want to set up the camera and the tripod and go through that and do the editing. Kind of just making excuses right now, but that's just how it is sometimes. Making these videos can eat up a lot of time, and I'm sure you've heard that from everybody on YouTube, but it's true. It eats up a lot of time. To do a simple task can take 3 or 4 times as long. I want to do this S10 right. So I said in that last video that I want to take it to LS Fest, but I'm not going to hurry. I'm not going to cut corners. There's a few things that I was doing to get it to the zip tie drags that I'm just kind of not happy with, and I want to go back and kind of redo it or do it a little nicer. So if it's not ready for LS Fest the way I want it to be, then I'm not going to cut corners. I'm not going to push myself to get it there just to get it there. So with all the stuff that's going on in the world right now and everybody freaking out about, you know what, I don't want to get into that. I don't want to talk about that too much, you know, anyways. Who knows if LS Fest is even going to be postponed. But I messaged them the other day. I messaged Holly and asked them about it, and they said they have no plans on postponing at this time. But if the city of Las Vegas or anything like that makes them, then they have to abide by those rules. So as of now, LS Fest is going on. I'm going to try and get the S10 to it. Like I said, if the S10's not ready, I'll still be there checking the place out, because last few years I've always wanted to go but never could make it happen. Let's get going on these wheel stands. I feel like I've talked way too much for this video, so let's get making something and do something other than talk. So yeah, let's go. So in the last video I mentioned how I hate working with wood and I'm not very good at it. All of these woodworking tools, they're not even mine. I had to borrow them from my girlfriend. That's right, she's Little Miss DIY. She does all sorts of crafts and builds furniture for her house, and I've been trying to talk her into doing her own YouTube channel with all the projects that she does, but she's not going for it. I think she's a little too shy for that. But anyways, my camera died, so I thought I was filming me putting these wheel stands together, but apparently I wasn't. But here's the boom down there. There's the finished result. All right, so there they are on the front. I still got to make some for the back, but I'm all out of time in the garage today. I've got to get back in the house to do some stuff in there. So as you can see, I made them, I believe, 12 inches tall, and it gets it really far off the ground. I actually had a problem getting the truck high enough to get on those with my regular floor jack. It's pretty wore out. I'm due for a new one anyway, but had to use a couple spacers there to get it up on there because it gets the truck so high off the ground. Yeah, so there it is. Like I said, I still got to make 2 for the back. I'm not sure how I graduated high school because when I was doing the math for the material, I ended up short, so I got to go back to Home Depot and get some more 2x4s anyways to make the back. But as you can see, super simple design. You just basically link and log the boards on top of each other, screw them together, and you have a wheel stand. And I was saying that I like these better than typical jack stands like these because I don't know if you're like me and you've ever been using these and you got it under the truck and you're wiggling it around trying to get it in place, and all of a sudden, bam, that thing drops and pinches your hand. Yeah, I just did that the other day. And that is what inspired me to make these, because I was tired of these smashing my hands. But yeah, like I said, I'm out of time in the garage for the day. I got to get in the house and start doing some stuff in there. So sorry I didn't get it fully done, but you guys got the idea, and hopefully you guys got something from this video. Like always, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.